Good morning, everybody. I posted last night and said that I would do a pretty extensive update video on everything because I've had several irons in the fire. So bear with me. Here we go. I'll try to cover everything for you. Here's a Land Rover. I got to spend a few hours with her last week. Sorry for the shaky camera. I got the quarter panel halfway straightened out and got the trim done. It's looking like that I'm going to have to frame in a little bit of work down here because this quarter panel is still it's still pretty oil canny and there's not really much meat left to get it secured, so I might box this in down here probably, and then it'll give me something to put the mud flat back on down there. But this was the heavy hit side. They're both heavy hits, but this was the worst of it, and it's on its way. So I got over here. I was able to re-secure the top portion of the cap to the quarter panel, so that's all lined up and looks good again. I just got to do the lower section when I fix the dent back here. So it's well on its way. My priority this week is to have my hands all over this thing, and I'm going to take it as far as I can before we do car show weekend. I'll talk about that here in just a minute. So then when I come back car show weekend, I should be pretty close to being able to squirt this, and it'll be ready for when the client comes back from vacation. So, we are going hot and heavy on the Nash in here. I got my buddy Mike helping me. He helped me last summer a little bit, and he's been over this summer helping me on projects because I got quite a bit of work. So we're gonna get this thing finished up today and get it squirted in another coat of primer. All the body work's done. Everything's nice and flat. The hood got put in primer last week. It's still kind of wavy, and we're chasing a few things, so we put in a heavy coat of primer. And we're gonna block it out today and lay more primer on it with the car. So this thing will be getting painted here in the next 2 weeks, I would think, and be able to go back to the other shop for assembly. So we're in good shape on that one. Suspension parts and dash are over there ready to go as soon as we get primer on everything, and ball's rolling downhill. Yesterday I had a delivery from another friend slash client, and it's kind of one of the things that I love doing this. Both the group and the shop is I get to meet cool people and do cool work at the same time. And so this is for a guy I've done some work for before, and just for his son's V8 Ranger project. And they want to do this before her kid gets ready to graduate high school, so he asked me to take the filler neck over here, and I'm going to move that to the rear, and they're going to run a Bronco 2 gas tank, and they're going to run 4-link suspension and an 8.8, and they've got a 302 and a 5-speed that goes in it, and it's a short wide. So I'm going to move that filler neck. I'm going to move it back here. There's a natural filler neck for it here, so I'm going to put it there, and then we'll shave the hole up front and put the whole bedside in primer, and then we're going to tip it up on end and undercoat the bottom of the bed so it's ready to go back on the frame. We don't have to do any work on that, and that'll go back. One's kind of down on the list. It's the freshest one to come in. But, so here in the next year, maybe 2, you'll see the Ranger get painted, but we're going to do it a piece at a time so they've got an opportunity to do engine work and whatnot. Prelude's over here. Got the new wheels put on her. If you guys have been following me, I'm trying to get this thing kind of ready for autocrossing and maybe a track day or 2 and cruising and car shows. I'm trying to learn the Honda culture. It's nothing I've ever worked on really too extensively. So I'm trying to do it right, and I'm meeting some new people and learning lots of stuff. So I appreciate all the different cultures that we got going on, and I know you guys have been doing this for 20 some years now. You know, a lot of people don't realize. But anyway, here's my Prelude. I got the Advan racing wheels on it. I dropped about 8 pounds of unsprung weight at each corner, so the steering is so light, it takes off like a dream. It's already got a lightweight flywheel put in it, and a stage 2. It's a Kevlar slash ceramic component. I did a full Kevlar clutch, and it didn't last very long. I think it was from installation failure from the shop I took it to, but anyway, it's got a brand new clutch in it. And then I put the power stop ceramic metallic brakes front and rear on it with the slotted rotors and stuff, so they won't have as much brake fade and they should grab a little bit better. So I got all that done, and hold it in here so I can put a wash and a wax on it. I'm going to take her to the car show on Sunday up in Washington somewhere. It's Linwood, Washington, I think. So we're going to go up to the Honda meet. It'll be our first Honda meet. We'll go talk to some people up there and see how it goes. So anyway, there's Prelude. I'll get her more cleaned up. She's dirty. I'm going to see if I can clean the engine compartment a little bit. I've never really cared, but there she is, all stock. I'm going to walk out here and take a look at something else. There's a good old Gambler car. So this thing's been a champ. It was a daily driver, and then it went to a trail rig, and then it went to an overland rig, and then it got rolled, and we bought it back, turned it to the Gambler 500 rig, beat the snot out of it on the Gambler 500, and blew up the radiator, but the motor and tranny and all that still runs. So a buddy of mine that I've had for a lot of years has a 2004 Subaru with a 5-speed in it, and his daughter really wants to drive it because she just got her license and is getting ready to go off to college. And so this one's got a good motor, and his has got a bad motor, so it sounds like and looks like that this thing's going to live on in another shell, and we'll be able to help a buddy out, and his daughter will be able to drive it around for a while, not in this platform obviously. But so that's the status on the Gambler car. She's going to go away. There's a white 2-door. Transfer case is done. She's driving. Everything looks good. Hopefully she's going to come out to the camp out. Mike's been driving it. It looks all good. The MJ. Hashtag MJ race truck. Kind of got stalled on it. It's pretty well done. The seat cover that I ordered was a piece of crap, so I had to send it back, and I'm still on the fence on what I'm going to do about that. Everything's black and red in here, and it's the only gray piece left besides the seat belts. We'll see. I don't know. Might get a Dakota seat, might get something else. I got to send it off to the auto glass shop to get a windshield put in it, so I can have a new windshield, and I can put the trim back around the windshield, and then I have to order outer sweeps, install the outer sweeps, and then I wanted to get a piece of expanded metal or diamond plate or skin this before I did the bed liner and traded it, so that way it looked more better than the beat piece of crap that it is. So anyway, those are the 3 pieces that I got to do for this thing's ready for market, and then that thing will be ready for market. I had to break away from the project to get onto client rigs because it's summertime and everybody wants their rigs back, so no more playtime. I got to get going on work. So there's the MJ. She should be ready in the next 4 weeks, I'm hoping, if I get some weekends to play with her. The Thunderbird, 66 Thunderbird, it came in and it was bought at auction, and the previous owners to the auction had done a lot of work to it, and it's got a brand new long block in it. It's a 428 car with the automatic. So sorry about the road noise. We live on the front road of town. Anyway, so it wouldn't hold a charge in the battery. It wouldn't start. He was driving to the grocery store and happened to get a jump start, and he was real frustrated with how it was going. A couple of shops he took it to, charged him quite a bit of money, and he got it back, and it was still pretty much in the same condition. And on top of it, I told him, well, the trunk's probably rotted out and needs a trunk pan too, so here's your car back and you owe us money. Have a nice day. So he was kind of up in arms about the car, came to me on a referral and just, asked me to help him out and see if I could he just wants his car back. He wants to be able to drive it. He's tired of not being able to drive his car. It's just completely understandable. So I got the T-Bird. We put a new battery in it, battery cables, and adjusted the timing, and it pulled starts on high idle like a champ. So then we moved on to the trunk, and here's what we found. The gas tank strap was supposed to be hooked in where that hole is now. They took and self-tapper screwed it to the bottom of whatever was left of the floor and reassembled it and gave it back to him. And this was the previous owner at the previous shop. So the client will go ahead and agreed to let us do the trunk floor. We're going to do 3 pieces of trunk floor. So it's a middle piece here, a side piece, and then what they call an over muffler, because it's got dual exhaust. So we'll do that. One of the shops had charged them to put a new trunk seal on, which they did a good job putting the trunk seal on, but they didn't address the bottom line issue, which is the rust. They just put the new seal in over all the rust, so it's only going to be a year, maybe 2, if you're lucky, before that seal's gone and there's holes in the metal and everything else underneath the trunk. It's all rusty back there too, so we're going to pull all that off, and we're going to do the trunk. We're going to paint the trunk. We're going to do new trunk surround, take the deck lid off, fix the deck lid, repaint the deck lid, new stickers, do the trunk jam, fix all the rust, repaint it, and put it all back together. And then Bill will have his car back and be able to drive it, manage it, and run and drive real good. So that kind of wraps up with where we're at with our current projects. We're going to do car show weekend this weekend that I talked about. Here in Independence, down at the Riverview Park on Saturday, we're going to take the 64 Chevelle that I did a frame off OEM restoration to. We're going to clean that up. We're going to take it down and hang out at the park here in Independence for the day and just do car show stuff. I also talked to the client who owns the 66 T-Bird, and he okayed me to go ahead and take that down there as a work in progress to just show kind of before and after what we kind of do. So I'll have 2 cars down there actually on Saturday. So feel free to come on down or stop by the house or whatever you guys want to do. If you want to come hang out and shoot the shit, or car shows are just to hang out and just for fun, and meet people and check out cool cars. So anyway, then either Saturday night or Sunday morning, I'm gonna load up in the Honda and we're gonna run up north to the Seattle area and do the Honda Expo show. So I'm gonna take the Prelude up there and show the Honda guys what I did to it and kind of check out their side of the culture and look at some of their cars and meet some of those people. I haven't really been in that circle too much, and I'm trying to do the right thing with my car, so I figured this would be a good opportunity to go meet some people and show them what I've done and get some feedback and just hang out. I got family up in the area, so I might stop by and see them and whatnot. So that'll all be good. Next week I'll come back, and I've got from Monday to Thursday to try to get the Land Rover as far as I can. I'd like to have it ready to shoot when I come back from the camping trip, which is in a week and a half or so. So aside from all that, my wife, if you've been following my personal page of the group, my wife broke her ankle a couple months ago, and it was her right ankle, and so she hasn't been able to drive, hasn't been able to help me with the kids and do dinners and go to shopping and do that normal stuff that, wives do. Love you to death for it, babe. So she's got her boot off now, and x-rays look good, and she's been walking and doing physical therapy and whatnot for a couple of weeks, so she's starting to get back into the routine, which is good, all good. And then by happenstance, about the same day she got her boot taken off, I got the summer bug, and I don't know if any of you guys have been getting this summer bug. It's been going around, but it's gnarly. It's respiratory infection stuff. I'm not really fevery sick, but man, I can't catch my breath, and with all this forest fire smoke in the air and the Bondo dust out in the shop, my wife was teasing me the other day. It takes me about 3 hours to get 15 or 20 minutes worth of energy, so that's kind of where I've been at the last week. Since she's been okay, I've been down, so I've been filling in gaps where I can and trying to stack stuff up in the shop and get things delivered and whatnot. So thanks for bearing with me, guys. I appreciate all the business and all the props and all the referrals. It really keeps me going, and I really enjoy meeting you guys and being able to work on your vehicles, because there's not a lot of people left that do what I do, and it's not an easy thing to do, and I don't make a bunch of money doing it. I really don't. And so I just appreciate you guys coming to me and trusting me with your vehicles, and then at the same time coming out and recreating with us, because we're doing a lot of events and they seem to be very, very successful, and I enjoy all the smiling faces, and everybody seems to leave having a good time, so thank you for that. Last thing I wanted to touch on was the camp trip coming up on, let me check the dates, I think it's August 24th. So Thursday the 23rd, I'm going to leave and set camp. Hopefully I can get there and get a big chunk of camp set up for us, because it looks like right now I've got 12 in the going category, and those are with or without family members or extra people, and there is 46 in the interested category. So we'll see how many people show up. I did the photo scavenger hunt and got that posted today for everybody, and got the prizes that we have lined out posted up. So I just wanted to send a personal thank you to everybody who donated to that, and especially David. I know he puts in a lot of extracurricular work for our group, and he's a very excited individual. So thank you for your participation, and thank you for the donators and the participators and what we've got going on. It really makes a difference between us just being for social aspect and getting together, and actually being a community group that is about the community. So I really appreciate that, guys. Anyway, I think I touched on everything. If you guys got questions, comments, concerns, always hit me up. We're looking forward to the car shows. I'm really looking forward to the events, and summertime is not giving up. We're still in the 90s, and we still got a whole full event schedule. So bear with me, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you. And apologies for being so tired and out of it and kind of all over the place, but no rest for the wicked, so they say. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. Take care, and thanks for being with us. I really appreciate everything. Bye-bye.